Well, can you believe it? January is almost over. Crazy, right? What's even more crazy is that I have not been uploading content at all, which, yeah, I apologize for that. I've been running into creative block, and to be honest, I have no idea what to record for the video. Record for the YouTube channel. But I have been training in the realm of voice acting and trying to plan out some voice acting content because I think that would be something fun and nice to have on the channel. But, alas, there is no excuse, only a promise that I will try harder. But today's video is not about me. It's about what happened this whole month. As of writing this video, it's the 28th of January, and oh boy, there's a lot of stuff happened in this one month. Stuff I don't even think I can even say here on YouTube without, spiraling into politics or random arguments or debates. So for the sake of this video not being too long, and for the sake of my brain, I will recount the most recent events that occurred these past few weeks. Take it as a form of a recap in a sense. Alright, now I know mostly everyone who has heard the phrase the 40,000k, whatever the hell, the 40k tournament probably knows what I'm talking about here. But for those who have a job and are employed and are not aware of what's happening in the online sphere, please take a seat and I will tell you. Competition, skill, synergy, rewards. Those were the main concepts every team had to consider before entering a tournament. But that all changed when the vibes were attacked. Only the top one Magic player was there to guide them, but when they needed him most, they kicked him. Kingsman265 was the top one Magic player in all of Marvel Rivals, who entered a Marvel Rivals community tournament hosted by Basim to showcase the new hero, Deadpool. With a prize pool of $40,000 on the line, Kingsman, being a college student who wanted the money to help pay for his college tuitions and his student debt, entered, which is understandable. He ended up matching with his other Marvel Rivals content creators. Those being Cici, Zaza Stack, Casey Dilla, Fumiata, and Luciasa. 3 out of the 5 names mentioned here are the main kickers of all this drama. In their first ever scrims game, which is basically practice against the team that they were going to face in the tournament, Zaza Stack, who played Black Widow in this game, was absolute dead weight, going 0-5 this whole game. Editor Cross here from the future, here to make a quick correction. Zaza Stack in the first game of their skirmishes did not go 0-5 the entire game. She actually went 6-8. Still negative, but the first half of the game she went 0-5 and then she picked up the pace going 6-8. Kingsman, after carrying the team so hard bro might have scoliosis at this point, suggests that Black Widow, for the sake of the game, swaps off for another character. She didn't, because she is apparently a one-trick pony. And she was also enabled by Cici, their leader, who is the one person who shouldn't take sides and always look for the middle ground. I'm surprised that she didn't. She enabled Cici and told Kingsman to shut the fuck up after fighting with the team for about an hour, maybe more, trying to find middle ground for the team because Kingsman was ruining the vibes and making Zaza sad, saying that she cannot perform when the vibes are down and she's always sad. Dude, if I was in that game, I would fucking bite the ground for that prize money, dog. That prize money was gonna be split across the team either way, so I think they would all get like, what, $3,000 if they got first place? Which is still it is still a lot of money, don't get me wrong, especially for a college student like Kingsman. But after this game went down, Cici's boyfriend took clips from the interactions, because he was in Cici's stream, and sent it to the tourney host, Basim. Basim then proceeds to hastily ban Kingsman without proper judgment and forethought. Since then, he understood his mistake was in bad faith, and was too hasty and one-sided without looking at both sides. Yet Cici, Zaza, and Luciasa proceed to mock, bully, and rub his name in the dirt, with one of them even making a 6-7 joke because they are just so fucking hilarious, am I right? Luciasa even said something about defending Kingsman like
it's fucking Israel. Anyways.
How the fuck did we go from that to this in 2 sentences? What? Cici basically went on her Discord server and other online medias saying that Kingsman has no social life because he is always on games, and then confronting Kingsman after him making the video about the situation and crashing out while Kingsman just defended himself. It's like the meme of the lion and the monkey, just like geeked versus locked in. That's the situation basically. Cici proceeds to say that all these crash outs and bullying allegations was caused because of panic attacks, which I also like to go on my Discord server with like thousands and thousands of people who follow me, tell them that this content creator has no life and no social skill and always sits in his room and is a loser. But I always have that type of thing when I have a panic attack. It's so relatable, bestie. Also, someone who sits in the room all day, plays games all day, that sounds familiar, ain't it? Oh, right. It's a fucking streamer. Which, guess what? You also are a fucking streamer, dumbass. All in all, this story ends on a happy note. After Kingsman got so many donations, he started to beg people to stop, and he even got a donation for up to $3,000, which is the amount he would have gotten if he won first place, since the $40,000 was going to be split amongst all the winners. And he also hit the 100,000 milestone same day as all this happened. While these 3 ego-driven ladies got the judgment they deserve, with Cici losing 3 sponsors in a row after her behavior got out to the public. Overall, pretty happy ending if I say so myself. Now, this topic is about a Roblox game called Outcome Memories, which is an asymmetrical horror game based around the Sonic franchise. Survive the killers and escape to win the game. Pretty simple. The killer, of course, being our favorite Sonic.exe. And the survivors you play as are from the Sonic CD era, which is pretty cool. Now, I haven't really been keeping up with all the drama surrounding the developers of this game, so if you're expecting me to retell you everything that has happened with the game and its developers, I am sorry, but I do not have that much info to give about the entire thing. The Outcome Memories dev team has apparently had some major drama surrounding them. Originally, from what I heard, one of the music creators for the game was outed for being a pedophile and was kicked off the team. He was responsible for creating one of the last man standing teams for the characters, that being Sonic the Hedgehog. Fast forward a few more months and more stuff started to pop up. Developer teams starting to relinquish their titles and leaving the game, but one stood tall, filled with bravery and determination to make this game into a better product than before. His name was Romeo. Romeo was one of the managers of the game and was the final burning hope this game had when it was sinking in a sea of controversy and drama. And all I have to say is that, Romeo, you fought a good fight, and I commend your efforts. Romeo wanted to make this game better and grew the seeds of hope inside the fanbase's hearts, hoping that the game that they loved and enjoyed so much would come out of the grave they dug themselves into and flourish once again. But unfortunately, the blooming flower was eventually plucked from its roots. Romeo was fired by the developers of the game while he was asleep, and didn't even get a chance to defend himself from being fired. He was then added into a group chat where the developers, and if I remember correctly, an EXE creator, which is one of the killers, which he had no hand in any of this thing. He is not a developer. He has nothing to do with the management of the game. He's just a guy who made a killer, an EXE. So I fail to see why a killer creator It should be in a group chat with managements and developer teams and all that stuff. Romeo then proceeds to subsequently get dogpiled in the Discord group chat, and after that, the creator of the game, who goes by the name of Sobi, announces that Outcome Memories is cancelled. For one reason or another, Sobi unfortunately got doxxed and had people come to his place of residence and throw stuff at his house. I do not commend this. This is absolutely horrible, and no one should be doing this stuff at all, no matter what type of drama surrounding you. No one should go to other people's places and harass them or do anything to them. Now again, I might be missing a lot of details on this stuff, and to be honest, I haven't really looked into it more properly. But I think even without knowing anything else that is tied to the developers of the game, I heard some stuff about something called the Altaz video, and another thing about Raven drama or whatever. I am not fully knowledgeable about that information. But what was done to Romeo is by all means unjust and cruel, even without being attached to any of the other recent dramas. Just knowing what's going on in the Outcome Memories developer community and all these allegations surrounding the developers and the game itself, having this done to one of the only people in the dev team who was basically everyone's burning hope in the community be snuffed out like that is, as I said, cruel and unjust. Being dogpiled by people you had faith in their leadership as the head developer of a game you worked so hard on is crushing, and having someone else who has nothing to do with anything revolving development, developer related communication, be in the same chat as Sobi and other developers as well, is unwarranted and quite frankly bullshit. But after this whole situation went down and was unveiled to the public and everyone saw how unjust Romeo got treated, Romeo got a spot in another Roblox team or game, I haven't really checked, called Bite by Night, which I'm glad that someone with his efforts is being taken care of by other people who see how much value that he holds. Romeo did not deserve to have his efforts tarnished or be rated for trying to make a game better. The game that he worked on, where he had to take a mental break for all the stuff surrounding the game, all the controversy, and then being subsequently fired because of some unknown reason that the team has not specified, or maybe they have, I again have no idea. It's just sad the way that the spark of fire got snuffed out by ego, which is surprisingly these two topics, These two topics were about people with bigger ego than they could handle, and they both crashed and burned because of it. Now this topic is about a streamer called Lakari, one of the OG Twitch streamers and known for being a massive goon. That's literally what his whole brand was about. He accidentally shot himself in the foot when he was on stream one day, and accidentally showed something that I'm pretty sure he would not want to show anyone else other than himself. He proceeds to accidentally open up his notepads, and after a few moments, people in his stream start to ask what was in his notepad, only to find out that he has been saving links to websites or content that involves stuff like jailbait teen, family nudism, and other explicit dangerous content that no sane person would watch. All of it containing content that is pedophilic at least, and maybe child abuse at most, depending on what he has been looking at. He tried defending himself by acting oblivious and thinking that if he did not address it, no one would figure it out, but oh boy did his plans not work out. Lakari then throws the excuse that that stuff actually got downloaded onto his PC and that he had no hand in finding any of this thing, and when he tried to remove it, Windows 11 kept it some way, somehow. He even had one of his friends come into a Discord call with him to make sure that his friend was not a pedophile, because surprisingly his friend was also abused as a child, and the content in his notepad might contain some child abuse material. So of course he wanted to make sure that the guy he was friends with, Bakari, is not a guy who gets off, on child abuse or child-related NSFW material. Lucari's ex-girlfriend also came out saying that she also told him about her past and how she was also abused as a child, which is a very weird coincidence how he knows two people who were abused as children while also being accused of having child pornography on his his hard drive. Now, I'm not saying that he primarily knew this beforehand and that's why he stayed with these two people. I'm just saying that to me it's kind of a creepy coincidence that the threads all kind of like somewhat click together. Now, before I continue on with this topic, I want to say something. If you are somehow friends or have some form of loose or firm connection to Lakari and did not know that he goons to kids, that does not make you a pedophile defender. If you have no knowledge about, all this, you have no reason to be blamed for anything. I say this because Lakari's current girlfriend, who was harassed online for being quote-unquote a pedo defender when she herself didn't even know what's going on what's going on with Lakari and all the stuff. She didn't even know what was on his PC, I think. So I don't even know why people are going after her saying that she's a pedo defender because she is dating Lakari. I think that's stupid, and I think people should, have some more common sense, but it's the internet, so I doubt common sense is as common to find. Lakari then proceeds to crash out on his stream, saying that he didn't do anything wrong, which is crazy. He makes claims that the stuff got downloaded on his PC and can sometimes happen, but I don't think that child pornography is something that any website can just download onto your PC, Well, that was a quick mishmash recap of all the drama that has gone on these past few weeks in this month alone. What else am I missing that I can just say off the top of my head? Kai Cenat apparently quit streaming and started his own clothing brand by the name of Viviette. Someone is getting mugged outside my house for some reason. Apparently he's been getting into reading and setting himself 20 minutes to read a book or something, which is fine. I have nothing to do with it, but if you're gonna be doing that, why do you have to show people that you're doing that? People are just gonna call you performative, which people are calling it performative, and other people are defending him, saying that he is not performative and everyone is just stupid. But in my opinion, if you're saying oh yeah, I'm reading to educate myself and all that, yeah, cool, okay, that's nice. Keep that to yourself. You don't gotta show people that you are reading to prove. He literally does this, or he has a timer on his phone to manage how much time he is reading, and when the timer buzzes, he grabs the phone, he puts the phone up to the camera and continues reading, showing oh, see, I'm reading beyond my time limits because I am so interested in educating myself. Brother, we get it that you are reading, and I am happy that you are finally picking up a book and reading, but you don't gotta show us that you're reading. Just say that you're reading. You don't need to do all this. This is why people are calling you performative. Yeah, all in all, I wish him all the best in his future endeavor and whatnot. Anything else off the top of my head? Oh yeah, I just saw a recent post about Ubisoft that I'm gonna make that a separate video. I'm gonna crash out. Another rant video coming your way, guys. So yeah, nothing else that comes to mind. This is only the first month of the year, so let's see where this year takes us. More content coming soon to the channel, hopefully, if I stop having creative blocks and stop procrastinating as shit. Yeah, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you next time.